Good morning, people. Monday Talks again. She's passionate entrepreneur, networker, world explorer, and fair mama. He is a consummate networker and fearless go-getter with a genuine passion for business. Co-founder of Shooting Cars, My PA, Siren Events and Marketing, and Siren Dragon Balls. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Monday Talks. My name is Daniel Tokal, and join me this time for a great mind, a great business owner, Fiona Swaffield. Did I spell the second name right?
You did. I'm very impressed.
Good morning, Fiona.
Good morning. Thank you. And thank you. It's lovely to be here. And what a lovely introduction. Thank you. Yes.
It was short and brief, but you deserve more.
Thank you. So where would you like to start? So obviously,
I would love to say hey, Fiona, can you introduce yourself to the world? Who's Fiona?
Okay. So who am I? So just imagine, and I still sit in awe and smile about my journey. So my entrepreneurial journey. Because 23 years ago, I got on a plane from London, headed to Dubai, having made a split decision to leave London and come and work in Dubai to open a hotel. So I came from a hospitality background. I was coming out to Dubai for a year and then heading back to London to take up my job again in London. I think I'd been here 6 weeks, and back in 1999, Dubai was it was like the start of the boom. Burj Al Arab was just starting to be built. The marina didn't exist, Burj Khalifa, the Palm, none of that was here, but there was an excitement. It's how I would imagine the gold rush was in North America, because it really had that sense of excitement. And within 6 weeks, I knew I wasn't going back to the UK. Which is crazy. I mean, but then that's been my life. I've led my life on jumping at opportunities, either seeing them, opportunities coming in my way, and suddenly instead of going right or continuing down the straight line, I've gone off on a complete different angle.
So it was Dubai magic that drags you here.
It was that magic. So I was very lucky in the fact I was part of that whole sort of kick-off when Dubai really started to boom. And I worked in hospitality and very quickly moved from an F&B role into an events role. And that's when I really found my passion. I'd always loved working with people and being in an environment that was forever changing. And in hospitality, that is the case. You know, you're dealing with different people, you can work in different environments.
Yeah, we will go into more details, but let us just start slowly. 2 dogs, 2 cats, 3 businesses, 1 cup of coffee. Does that describe your morning every day? Exactly.
Yes, you know me well. See, look, coffee's there. Always got a cup of coffee in my hand.
Okay.
And that is, if you've got coffee, you can do anything.
Passionate for coffee.
Absolutely.
Okay. Being here where you are, make me curious to know more about you. What was your biggest challenge in the story you just told us?
The biggest challenge, and I think many entrepreneurs and startup business owners will relate to this. When I came, I was working for Meridian, so I was working for a big brand, a well-known brand. And so you become a representative of that brand, which gives you a lot of respect, and a lot of support. And then when you move away from that, and I don't think many of us realize when we first start our journey, you step out of that big brand and where, you have a great life, because both professionally and personally, you have a great friend network, support network. And then suddenly you step out of that to start your dream.
Especially new country, you don't know anybody here.
Yeah. So you know, and I've always said that, you know, I love meeting people and I love trying new things. So when I arrived in Dubai, I knew nobody, not a soul. And I didn't want to just get pulled into only working, you know, work and my work colleagues and just become very engulfed in just that work environment. So I went and joined the salsa class. I was like, okay, where can I meet people that I don't work with? So I went and joined the salsa class. I went to networking events, which was very different back in 1999. There weren't that many. I joined some fitness classes because I was trying to keep myself, you know, I wanted to find things to do outside of work, because otherwise you can become just too focused on work, and then you're not balanced. You're not balanced if, you know, if you live, breathe, work.
Yeah, how do you survive 3 businesses and live normally? It's like, that was my next question.
I don't think I've ever lived normally. Anybody that would know you would never describe me as normal.
Exactly.
I do think I'm a little bit crazy. I am very much an organized control freak. Everything's about scheduling and being organized. The standing joke with my team and my friends is I can tell a complete stranger to come into my house or office and direct them to anything, whether it's glue, you know, like some Yoo-hoo glue or a pair of scissors or a hammer, you name it, everything is very organized. But the main thing I found is I went through a journey where it almost became so overwhelming. I think I was going to have a mental breakdown. I was working 6.5 days a week, literally 23 hours a day.
Wow.
And the realization was my business was growing, it was successful, but if I didn't start delegating or outsourcing, it was going to fail, which is crazy. I was in, you know, it was growing, but, you know, overwhelmed with work, no social life, you know, and then there's no balance. If there's no balance, why are you doing it? You know, you've got to go back to the why. And many of us have read that, you know, what is your, you know, gone through what is your why? And yet I had that realization that, okay, I need to do something about this. So I started outsourcing. But the funny story is I wanted to outsource my business admin, couldn't find the ideal business for me to outsource. I was going to trust my, you know, my events business. I'm not going to just hand it over to some faceless person online. That's how I then went into my second business, was because, and everybody thought I was crazy. They're like, you're crazy. However, the realization was when I set up my second business, I set it up so that I wasn't part of the day-to-day running of it, because the realization was with my first business, I was too much in the day-to-day business. My business was me, and without me, my business is not going to grow. So when I set up my second business, I was like, I've seen an opportunity. This service is required, but I'm going to set it up so that I don't have to basically be in it. I can, you know, manage it, I can build it, but I'm not going to get pulled into all of the day-to-day tasks. So that was a major, so that's how I do it. A little bit of craziness, a lot of scheduling and organization, and a lot of outsourcing and delegation.
Out of this experience, I think you learn 3 times faster than any other business owner.
Oh no, do you know, I wish if somebody could have sat myself down in 2007 and said, you know, these are the, you know, I always say, I feel like I've been on a journey through the mountains in my sort of entrepreneurial career, because you have amazing highs, like the peaks are amazing, and it's almost euphoric when you something great happens, whether you have a win or you learn something, but then you also have those lows where you come crashing down with it, you know. So if someone could have sat me down when I made that decision back, you know, all those years ago, I would, you know, it would have been in my business. I'm like, let's have a cup of coffee and I'll tell you the reality. Yes, it's great and it's amazing, but A, it's not for everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. And B, go in with your eyes open. You know, we have that English saying, you're wearing rose tinted glasses. I say, well, let's get the cleaner out and get rid of the rose tint and go in with very clear, you know, I wear glasses. Make sure you know what you're getting into, because it's not just you, it's your family, it's your friends. There's so much more that you have to consider when you set up on, you know,
so
business.
If I say, what was your most important lesson you learned through that journey between mountain hills and
like walking across the Alps? It's okay to say no. There's two major things of it. It's okay to say no, and be kind to yourself. Often we are not kind to ourselves. We when you work for yourself and you have your own business, sometimes you have to acknowledge the good things that you've done and not just focus on the things you haven't done or the things you want to do. Or so, you know, celebrate those wins, whether it's just, you know, clearing your inbox on a Friday before 5 o'clock, you know, whatever the little wins are. You know, it doesn't have to be you've just signed a $5 million client. Sometimes the little wins of, you know, or a task that you don't want to do or you don't enjoy doing and you get it done.
Beautiful.
You know, so, yeah.
Here's a triggering question, and I believe it's like your base in everything you do. What does time management mean for Fiona?
Time management, yeah. So it's critical.
Time management.
Time. You know, time is value. Time is, you know. So for me, it's everything by scheduling, planning, and also rewarding. So often when we think of time management, we think of all the tasks we need to do. So, you know, whether that's business or personal related, we think of tasks. But do we ever schedule time to just be? Maybe just to sit in the garden, drink a cup of coffee, or read a book. Or,
exactly. How much me time? How much me time? Yeah, exactly. Do you do that? Yes. Do you schedule me time?
I do. I have me time. Well, it's actually, I call it mummy and me. So it's actually, I have every day, I walk my 2 dogs. I never take my phone. And it's my gratitude, de-stressing 45 minutes where we go for a walk in the park and we just, you know, I don't have my phone. And I have a little conversation with the universe. And remember to say thank you. Normally, sometimes it can be more of a rant at the universe. I'm not going to say, you know, I'm not skipping along in life. Some days it's a rant at the universe. Other days it's gratitude. And so, but I have that. And I went through a major learning. And trust me, it was tough. It was really tough not to be available 24/7. You know, being, you know, for example, maybe you're at the beach or you're at home on a weekend on a Sunday morning and, you know, they see that little light flashing on your phone. you think, oh, and a message comes in or it's a call from a client. You think, oh, I should pick up. And it's like, I caught myself saying to a client, I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm out right now. And then my little Deborah said, well, why did you pick up the phone if you can't talk? I mean, that's just a stupid statement. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Well, why did you pick up the phone? Just don't pick up the phone, you know. Call back. So that was what I realized, I think, when I went through the whole experience of being so overwhelmed, with working in my business that I realized that mentally and physically, you have to have me time, whether it's playing with your kids, walking your dogs, going for a round of golf, whatever it is. You know, even if it's just sitting and watching car crash TV for 45 minutes, you know, we all need whatever. I say we all need, sometimes we need me time and we need a little guilty pleasure. You know, that little guilty pleasure, whatever it is. You know?
Oh my God. Well, okay, that was really exciting time, and I enjoyed it very much, and I'm sure the audience did as well. And please, everybody, that was Fiona Swaffield with me today. Daniel took out Monday Talks. Had to go because the time is up.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you for being with us here this morning. Everybody else, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you very much for being here. Bye-bye, Fiona.
Bye-bye. Thank you.